Last year, I lived in an apartment by myself for the first time. I'm in college and just moved out of the dorms. Of course, I waited until the last minute to find a place to reside, so my options were limited as summer is a terrible time to find open apartments. I finally found one close to school, reasonable price, okay-ish neighborhood. I figured I have a gun, pepper spray, and a taser. I'm set. Oh, how wrong I was. Before I begin, let us set up the layout of my apartment. I was on the ground floor, at the edge of the property. I had a very large balcony that was accessed through not one, but two sets of sliding doors. Very unsafe doors, might I add. The balcony had a view to the pool and volleyball courts. As I was so close to the pool, there was always a lot of traffic going by my apartment. In my bedroom, I had a large bay window that I had covered with blackout curtains. Beside the bay window was my bed. I have a cat. Her name is Carl, and she is very nosy. Anytime anyone walked by our window, the first thing she did was pop her head through the curtains to see what was going on. The window fastly became her favorite spot in the apartment. When she sat on the windowsill, she created a little crack in the curtains that made it possible to see into my room, right into my bed. So, over time, I grew accustomed to all the sounds that came with living by a busy area of my apartments. People walking back and forth to the pool and walking their dogs. I would say at the same time every day, I would hear whistling. I assumed it was a guy walking his dog. One day, the whistling sounded stationary, like the guy who was whistling was standing still. I was in my bed, very close to the window, so it was very loud. My cat, Carl, bless her heart, started to act funny. I saw her tail puff out and her hair stand up. Usually this meant there was a squirrel or some other animal outside the window, so I went to look outside to see what had her all riled up. To my horror, there was a man, about in his 30s, who was wearing sunglasses and a hoodie. It was in the winter. Looking into my window. I was frozen in panic. When I finally gathered myself, I loudly screamed, "What the fuck are you doing? I'm calling the cops." He then, with a sly smile on his face, said, "Oops, wrong window," and scurried away. Wrong window? So he was actually looking into people's windows? This sickened me, as he was not walking the dog or going to the pool. He was just willy-nilly walking around, looking into people's windows. The part that disturbs me the most is that I had heard this whistling multiple times, meaning this was probably not the first time he had peeped in my window. I called the cops. Right away, they came and took my statement. They said that they had other reports of a peeping Tom that matched my description, always with whistling. They never found the guy, but a few weeks later I heard the same whistling. Shortly after that, my apartment let me out of the lease, and I moved the hell out of there. Let's never meet whistling peeping Tom.